Hello everyone. In this video we shall consider few more examples on nonlinear first order partial differential equations of type 3. So example number 3 here is to solve the partial differential equation q into bracket p minus cos x equal to cos y. Definitely it is a first order non-linear partial differential equation because these two terms are multiplied together and it is not containing any z term, therefore it is of the type number 3. So it is a first order non-linear partial differential equation belonging to type 3. So in order to solve this we have to first make the terms rearranged in such a way that the terms with x and p are on left hand side, y and q on the other side. So it is better to take q to the other side, so that by dividing with the q on both sides it implies q cancel here, p minus cos x on the left hand side, whereas on RHS it is cos y by q. So now it is in the standard form, that is type number 3, and each side is equated to a. So we have to take p minus cos x as per the procedure of solving the nonlinear first order partial differential equations of type 3. We have to consider each side equated to a same arbitrary constant a, and therefore we are having cos y divided by q equal to a as the second equation here. This is the first equation, this is the second equation. I request you to please look at the previous video for the method of solution of such type of partial differential equations. So after having these two equations in hand, it is very easy to get the value of p from the first equation, that is cos x plus a, or a plus cos x, whatever you want you can write down, and here q equals to, on cross multiplication q goes here and a comes here, that is 1 by a into cos y remaining on the right hand side. So we got the values of p and q. After having the values of p and q we have to use one very important result, that is dz equals to p into dx plus q into dy. It is not so difficult to get this equation. I have explained it how this has come. Please watch the previous video for that. Now this implies dz as it is on LHS, whereas the values of p and q are to be substituted from these two expressions. That is bracket p value is a plus cos x, let us write it as a plus cos x dx as it is here, plus the value of q is 1 by a into cos y into dy. Let us integrate on both sides. When we integrate, then on LHS it is integration of 1 with respect to z, and on RH it is integration of this bracket, that is a plus cos x with respect to x plus integration of 1 by a cos y with respect to y. Now let us write the final values of the integrals. Integral of 1 with respect to z is z. Integral of a with respect to x is ax. Integral of cos x with respect to x is sin x. Integration of cos x is sin x, we are writing here, plus 1 by a as it is. Integral of cos y is sin y, plus the constant of integration c let us take. So this is the solution which we have obtained from the process of integration, and it is containing two arbitrary constants a and c. So therefore this is the required complete integral, of the given PDE of type number 3. So this completes the third example. Let us solve the fourth one. In this example it is asked to solve the partial differential equation z square into bracket p square plus q square equal to x square plus y square. So this is a non-linearity which is appearing in the partial differential equation, and we observe one more important thing here is that z square term is present, which we don't want to have, because in type number 3 which we are now discussing is containing only p, q and xy terms. There will not be any z term in type number 3. Therefore, we want to get rid of this z term. So how that can be done? In order to do that, first of all, let us write the differential equation in the form z square into bracket p is nothing but dou z by dou x, it's a square, plus q is nothing but dou z by dou y, it's a square on LHS as it is, whereas on RHS x square plus y square keeping as it is. Now let us take this z within the bracket and we shall take z, we shall write the terms in this way: z dou z by dou x whole square, so that we can think of this thing as z square into dou z by dou x whole square, which is present in the previous step, plus similarly here z is multiplied within, that is z square into dou z by dou x whole square can be written as z dou z by dou y whole square, that is equal to x square plus y square. Now let us call it as equation number 1 and consider or take z dou z equal to, we shall introduce one more variable capital Z here. So this is capital Z, this is small z, which is our usual z, which is function of x and y. So z dou z, we have written it as capital dou z, so that we get the value of capital Z on integrating this. If we integrate on both sides to this equation, this will be z square by 2 on LHS. Integral of z with respect to z is z square by 2 on LHS. Whereas on RHS, integral of 1 with respect to z is capital Z. So the value of capital Z is z square by 2. So after having this thing, this substitution into equation number 1, therefore 1 implies, in place of z dou z, let us write dou capital Z by dou small x whole square plus dou capital Z by dou small y whole square, that is we have written these two terms in a very simple way, that is equal to x square plus y square. We have to note down here that we have not changed the independent variable, we have changed the dependent variable with this substitution which has been taken because of this assumption. Now let us call this as capital P for our convenience, capital P square plus this as capital Q, its square is there, that is equal to x square plus y square. So we have to identify capital P stands for dou z by dou x, capital Q stands for dou z by dou y. Now having this thing in hand, we try to arrange the terms in such a way that P and x come together, that is P square minus, sorry, capital P I should write, capital P square minus x square on LHS, that is equal to Q square goes to that side, it becomes minus, so it is y square minus capital Q square on RHS. So this is now in the form of partial differential equations of type 3. So after having, because only x, y, capital P, capital Q terms are there, so capital P here stands for dou capital Z by dou x, capital Q stands for dou capital Z by dou y. So after having these things in hand, that is in the standard format of type number 3, our duty here is to take this LHS as A and RHS also as the same arbitrary constant A. So therefore capital P square minus x square equal to A and y square minus capital Q square equal to A. So this implies, from this we can get the value of capital P square as x square plus A, and here this value of capital Y is capital Q square. If we transfer this to other side, it becomes plus Q square. Let us write it first, and A taken to the left hand side becomes minus A. Therefore it is y square minus A. And after taking the square root on both sides of this equation, we get capital P value as square root of x square plus A, and the value of capital Q from the second equation as square root of y square minus a. Now we have to use one important result. What is that? D of capital Z. Integral we have to take here for capital Z, because we have converted our small z in terms of capital Z. We have changed the dependent variable. Therefore, let us write capital dz equal to, we should write one important thing that I have explained in the previous video, that is to be taken directly here, that is capital dz equal to, it is very simple, even I can explain it now here. Capital dz, here capital Z is a function of x and y, therefore I can write it as dou capital Z by dou x into dx plus dou capital Z by dou y into capital dy. So the meaning is here, dz value, d capital Z value is dou z by dou x is capital P dx plus this is capital Q dy. So let us substitute the values of capital P and capital Q on both sides. So that implies dz equals to, d capital Z equals to, P value here is square root of x square plus a on left hand side, sorry, on the right hand side, the first term dx plus here the second term on the right hand side is the value of Q is to be substituted, that is square root of y square minus a into dy. Now our duty is to integrate. So when we integrate, it becomes integral of 1 with respect to capital Z, integral of on RHS, it is square root of x square plus a dx plus integral of square root of y square minus a dy. So now we have to put the values of the integrals. Integral of 1 with respect to z is, that is z, capital Z we have to write down, that is equal to, now the integral value of this thing. This is from one of the standard formulae of integral calculus. The value of the integration of x square plus a square, if it is a square, we can write it as x by 2 into the same root, whatever is there, the same root, x square plus a square by 2. A square here is a, therefore it is a by 2 into sine hyperbolic inverse of x by a. It is x by a, here is a square is a, therefore a is under root of a. We have to take care of that because we know the formula for x square plus a square. So in the formula, wherever a square is there, we have to write a. Wherever a is there, we have to write root a. That's all. So this is the value of the first integral which is there on the right hand side, plus the value of this integral is just like integral of x square minus a square. When it comes minus, in place of sine hyperbolic inverse, it comes cos hyperbolic inverse, everything will be same. So here instead of x by 2, here we have to take y by 2, that is y by 2 into the root, same root, y square minus a plus, sorry, minus comes in this case because this minus sign is here, minus, instead of a square by 2, here we have to take a by 2 because in the formula we are having y square minus a square, but in place of a square we are having a, therefore a by 2. And here in this case it is cos hyperbolic inverse of y by a. Y by a is in the standard formula, but a value should be root a in this case because the formula is for y square minus a square. That we have to understand, plus the constant of integration c should be taken at the end. Now if we substitute back the value of x, the value of z, the value of z should be taken back from this expression, that is, and the value is z square by 2. Let us write down that value over here and get the final answer. Therefore z square, I am writing the small z square by 2 equals to, this is x by 2 root of x square plus a plus a by 2 into sine hyperbolic inverse of x by root a. RHS I am writing as it is, plus y by 2 into root of y square minus a by 2 into cos hyperbolic inverse of y by root a plus c, the constant of integration as it is on RHS. So this is the required general complete integral of the given partial differential equation, because it is containing two arbitrary constants. One is a and another one is c, which is at the end. So the value of the dependent variable z can be very easily obtained from this, and I can stop at this moment that saying that this is the required complete integral of the given partial differential equation, which is non-linear first order PDE belonging to type number 3. So I hope this is enough for this category of partial differential equations. So with this I conclude to type number 3 partial differential equations. In the next video we shall consider type 4, that is particularly the Clairaut's partial differential equation. Thank you for watching.